Welcome to Running Plays with Coach P. Wade. I am Coach P. Wade. And today, y'all, I have a very, very special guest with me. I have somebody that I was able to meet through a community of speakers. Not only is he a barber, an entrepreneur, a father of two, but he's many more things than that. And I'm going to let him tell his story today. But I'm very excited. I got I'm going to say big cuz Nelly Nels. That's what I see on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. But Nelly, Nels, thank you for coming here and talking with me today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You excited?
I'm excited. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I was excited since you messaged me, DM me, and was just like, "Hey, I want you to come do a episode of my." So I was like,
"Yo, so I feel like this." Everybody has a story, right?
Yeah,
and everybody's story and everybody's journey can help someone, because there's somebody that's going through something similar.
Yeah.
We ain't walking in the same exact shoes, but there's someone that the whatever your story is, it can help somebody else. So that's why I saw your story when we were at the speaking engagement. I saw bits of it and I said, gotta have him on the show.
Yeah, most definitely.
Gotta have him on the show.
Most definitely. Yo, listen, I'm honored because honestly, when I think about it, when you asked me, I did the same thing I did with anybody else that has asked me to talk about, me. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I am a barber, so I run into a lot of different people all the time, right? And I talk to them and just having a conversation with them, you know what I'm saying? To the point where, mugs ain't coming back just for no haircut. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I'm not sitting up here, like I don't promote being the dopest barber. So that's why when you ask me, like, I know you're a barber, and I'm like, oh shoot. Sometimes I forget to even say that because a lot of people just come holler at me on some just talking to me type stuff.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you have a gift.
Yeah. And it wasn't until going to the conference with the speakers, next level speakers, where I was just like, yo, this is for real. Like, like I knew in my head that there has been a gift on me. I just didn't know which direction and what the name of it was. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't know what it is. We don't actually have that name to put on it. We just know that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Yep, you just know. Like you can feel it. It's a feeling.
Yeah. So
I get that.
I'm just like, yo, okay, so I'm a barber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But most of the time when somebody say like, yo, I want you to come and talk on my podcast, or they want to have a conversation with me, I be really trying to figure out like what is your underlining and wanting to discuss, because I ain't even gonna hold you, like you are going to get like the exclusive of Nelly Nails of who I am.
The exclusive, y'all.
The exclusive. Like, and I say that so humbly in a way, because honestly, this notebook and 40 different more at home is the only place that I've expressed that. You understand what I'm saying? Like on God and God. You know what I'm saying? That knows like the real me for real. Of course, my Donna Boo, like she knows things. But as like when you talk about like your story, you know what I'm saying? Like that can like really like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until, again, getting with the next level speakers, going to, getting a part of the academy and actually breaking down a lot of the stuff. And I'm like, bruh, I thought I was unpacking before, but then when I started doing my modules, doing my homework and stuff like that, I was like, ooh, I'm talking about, I realized, as much as people would be like, oh, you always happy, cheerful, whoa. I'm telling you, I'm a big baby inside.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like I get emotional when I think of all the stuff that we go through, that we've been through, right? And then like now, like people will look at you and they be like, yo, you sold this and that and the third. And I'm like, ooh, you just don't know.
They don't even know
what it was. I'm sorry.
I know you
to
good.
Even get here. You know what I'm saying? So
and I don't know what you've gone through. That's why I want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
but something drew me to you. Like I don't got, like I mean, you probably could tell I ain't got no motive. I just feel like I want to help somebody else. I feel like everybody's story can do that. Yeah. So I think you have a story, and I'm thankful that you want to come on my platform and talk about it. So we gonna just go straight into it. This is all about you. We gonna get started. Take us back to, so today you're a barber, entrepreneur, father of two. Let's go back to childhood. Talk to us about, we're going to go way back. Talk to us about growing up, what that was like. Just walk us through it.
All right. My mom. Okay. How far are we going? We going back?
You start where you feel comfortable starting.
My God. Okay. I ain't gonna, like, my childhood wasn't in a way of how my mother raised us. She raised us in the way that she knew how.
Okay.
That's for one. You understand? It was me, my sister, and it's typical single mother. You know what I'm saying? She doing her thing. My viewpoint on what we had was, you grow up, you know what I'm saying? You do what she say, you go to church. You know what I'm saying? My granddad, the biggest influence of my entire life.
Okay.
We go to church, we do X, Y, and Z, we come home, we go to school, we do what you're supposed to do. However, when you are growing up and you are not understanding the certain feelings that you're feeling when people address you and when they see you, it doesn't feel like, right.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm gonna be straight up with you. Like, so my mother birthed two girls.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? However, I felt like that wasn't who I was ever.
Okay, so you felt like, so your mother birthed two girls. At what age did you feel like that wasn't you?
I don't know exactly what age. I can't remember exactly what age, but I want to say it was I was around 6 or 7.
Okay, that's pretty young.
I want to say about 6 or 7. I just felt uncomfortable, and the very first feeling of being uncomfortable was when I was laying on the couch. I remember laying on the couch, and I just feeling like a huge weight
at 6 or 7.
At 6 or 7,
wow.
I was like a huge weight on me. Let's just say 7.
Okay.
Because I want to say it was around 7 or 8.
Okay.
Because I do remember 10, but 7 or 8, that's when the first. So I felt like this huge weight on my chest, and I woke up, and it was my mother's boyfriend's brother on top of me and like kissing me. You understand?
At 7 years old.
At 7 years old.
Your mother's boyfriend's brother. Okay. Wow.
And I don't even want to even put the numbers in it, because I don't remember how young I was, but I know I was young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that wasn't right.
Nah, that ain't
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the first feeling. It was like, hold on, like that's not even, you get what I'm saying? Fast forward when stuff like came out, happened or whatever like that. That's when I really was like in my head feeling like something is just not feeling right on me, as far as, how I see things. Like I said, my granddad was the pivot person in my life, right?
Okay.
So when I looked at him, I was like, ooh, I always wanted to be just like him.
Just like your granddad.
Right,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
So like even his mannerisms, the way he was, you know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to be like him. And I knew that certain, you know what I'm saying? Like it just,
you're a young lady, and you want to be like granddad.
Right.
I got you.
So growing up, like fast forward, you finally get that first, like, period or whatever. And I remember, my mother just being super like, oh yeah, she was on the phone. She was talking to everybody. And I was like, bruh, like what the heck is going on? Like I just remember just not like, I don't like this feeling. You know what I'm saying? Right. I just felt ugh and everything. I don't know what happened, but one day it was just like this super, super bad pain I felt like in my stomach. I don't know. I never even told my mother like what it was. I just said it was cramp, like it was a bad cramp or whatever. Long story short, she wound up taking me to the doctor. I don't remember having anything, but like years later, like I never got like a regular period.
Oh anymore. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just never got a regular period. As I gotten older or whatever like that, that whole situation what happened with, my mother's boyfriend at the time, all I remember is I just never saw him no more.
You just never saw him. So did you tell your mom about it?
I didn't tell her. My sister actually. Okay. Actually,
is your sister older or younger?
She's younger.
Okay, younger sister.
Yeah, but she said it in a way where, and so my mother came in, and I was just like, he was messing with me or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't say, but so I just never saw him anymore, right? So I don't really even know what happened in that with him. I just know the next pivotal time for me, especially in that time frame that I was in, was I was a little bit older, and again, the age range is always a blur to me. However, I just know in that time frame this was when I really was like, yo, I behaved as a male.
Yeah.
I acted as a boy and stuff like that.
And you weren't trying to, it was just you.
It was just me, like naturally. And so again, at that time, I just remember my mother not being so connected or understanding at the time. You know what I'm saying? It would just be like, this little phase type stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. But I've never been a person that just be just like, all right, well, shy away or go like just go hide in the room or anything. Excuse me. I was still just active. Like I was just being me. Right. So like I was still being that bubbly person that, you know what I mean? So whatever I was feeling, I guess I was suppressing because I was just like, well, just because y'all see what y'all see on the outside doesn't mean that's not who I am on the inside.
You know what I'm saying? You was feeling different on that side.
But it really came to reality when it was late in the evening time, and this one me and my sister had to share a room.
Okay.
And we would sleep or whatever, and I just always would hear like movement. Like I'm not a deep sleeper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I always hear movement throughout my house. But one night heard movement, but my face was towards the wall, and I saw somebody come in, but my face was towards the wall, and next thing I know, I just hear like our bed kind of had that little creak in it or whatever, and I look, and it was my mom's boyfriend trying to touch my sister.
Wow. So not only his brother with you, and then now him with your sister.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
it's like stuff like, honestly, like I see documentaries, I watch movies, you like hear the stories, but damn, that's crazy.
No, like I'm like, at this time, I'm like, I know, like in my head immediately I can remember just saying like, yo, that's probably what my sister saw. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't, at this point he hadn't, and all I did is turn around, and I remember saying, what are you doing? And he came over to me, and with that shh type thing, and he basically was like in my ear. Oh God, my God.
I'll take your time.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Basically, if you tell, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to your sister, to you. And I'm like, he had his hand over my mouth. He had his hand over my mouth, and just in my ear doing that. And then it's like I wanted to let out a scream. I remember just like wanting to let out a scream, and then I heard obviously my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like her bed creaked or whatever, and that's when he left.
So she didn't come in the room.
She didn't come in the room, but her bed.
So like, got him out of there. Right, yeah.
Right. So, from that day forward, I remember just being so like protective over my sister. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In a way where anytime that me and her had to go, like, you know, like mama would say, well, you go and do this, you know what I'm saying? Or go upstairs and do this. And if I knew he was upstairs, I would go, you know, with her.
Yeah,
to
protect what I'm saying,
her. Right.
Wow.
But that was, you know what I'm saying? That was only so much. Now, mind you, I just want to, you know, paint the picture with when it came down to my sister, and especially when it got to the point with me feeling the feelings that I felt, where I am a boy. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm a boy. You know
what age is this? Like, you feeling I am a boy?
But like I want to say we like 11, 12. Let's
okay.
say 11,
middle
12.
School age.
Yeah, middle school age. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so what, you know, people are like, oh, you know, you the big sister or whatever like that. No, I'm like her big brother.
You big bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So when that day that happened, that night that happened, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I got to protect my, you know, big brother protects their little sister.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So fast forward, and you know, I say this in just trying to make an understanding of what made him, but I guess it got to a point where he was tired of trying to get at my sister. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a person where, like, I'll take a movie, and when I see certain things that happen in the movie, it kind of be like, see, this is some of the stuff that happens. Because I always say, like, my life is like a movie, like, for real.
Yo, this sounds like a movie. Like I'm like, wow,
like for real, because it's like the stuff that I felt like I went through, but I had to put myself in a different position, a different mind space to even get through that. You know what I'm saying? Just off of protection of other people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things that even my sister don't even know to this point.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never told her that, because like I didn't want you to feel like, you know, I would rather you take that, like I would rather take whatever he was trying to do to you, you know what I'm saying, than, like, cause I just, not you, like, you was my little sister. You get what I'm saying? And so then I was just like, yo, that's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? For you, you know what I'm saying? I felt what I felt even when his brother did what, I'm like, yo, that's, you know what I'm saying? Even, and at that little time, I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable. So it's like a dude on a, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, yo, chill. So in my head, you know what I mean? So as, like, it got to a certain point where, you know, he forced himself on top of me, and his reasoning was because this was around the time where my mother was getting on me for wearing big clothes and things like that.
Okay, so you're dressing like a boy at this time.
Yeah. So, and I'm sorry, I probably skipped through a lot. No, you good. But growing up, you know, that was a big thing. Like, I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear, right? My mother got to the point where she was like, you know, like, my uncles and aunts would, like, help out and buy our school clothes and things like that, where, like, a lot of that stuff that they would buy, like, I wouldn't wear it, or I'd try to figure out how to, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even go buy somebody. I told this one time to somebody, I was just like, yo, I took a pair of apple bottom jeans and tried to sag them bad boys. I'm not even holding you, like, for real, because it was just like,
apple bottoms is crazy. That's okay, but you had to make it work.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, you certain things that you, and then it got to a point, it was just like, you know, like I told you, my granddad, man, like, that was my dude, because it's like he knew, he understood me, like, for real, he genuinely understood me. Like, when we moved back to Virginia, because I was born in North Carolina, but we pretty much grew up in Virginia. Area, but when we moved back down, it was just like, it was like heaven with him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he taught me everything of basically how to be a gentleman. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so he has his granddaughter, but he could see you.
Yeah.
So he wasn't treating you as a granddaughter.
Yeah. Like it was, he treated like people treat you how they see you.
Right.
You know
if they see you.
If they see you, right? And it's like he saw, like, and he saw because, like I tell you, he got to the point where I was like, you know what, I hate to say it, you know, Lord forgive me, you know, but I would steal his clothes. You know what I'm saying? I would take, you know, some of my uncle's clothes or whatever, and they big. Like I'm like, I ain't get, like, I'm right now a $140. You know what I'm saying? Right. Back then I was probably like 105.
Wearing your uncle and granddaddy clothes.
You know what I'm saying? But however I did it. I'm talking about, I went to school, you know what I'm saying, with them. You know what I mean? And but you know, back in the day, you know, big clothes, that's what was in.
Yeah,
you know,
like early 2000s. Yeah. That's the thing.
Excuse me. Yeah. So it wasn't a big thing, but at the end of the day, that's what I felt. I was like, okay, well, that's what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And it got to a point where my mother, I remember, we was in my granddad's room, and she went, look what he got. And I'm sorry, I don't refer to myself as she or anything like that. All so I do speak in the present tense. I've always.
Yeah, so even though she may have said, you refer to yourself as.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
I appreciate you saying that, because I'm learning. So I appreciate it.
I'm gonna say this, and this is literally for the people that's gonna see this. They're gonna understand, like, people who are in transition. You know what I'm saying? And I say this, and I don't refer to myself as, you know, oh, I'm a trans man or anything like that, because you put in labels on stuff, you know what I'm saying? You start feeling all kind of ways or whatever, how people feel. I don't care about that. You are a person. You see yourself how you are. You know what I'm saying? If you walk in who you are, people will see you as you are.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's for one. Number two, I don't get offended. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are trying to understand. I get you. You know what I'm saying? That's why even with my own family, I have grace with when it comes down to
because
like that.
That's good that you don't like take offense to it. I was gonna ask you, we're gonna get back to what you're talking about, but sidebar, like Dave Chappelle. I'm just gonna take it there, because I like him as a comedian. And I know he does a lot of jokes on LGBT community, and people like get like real bent up. For me, because I like comedy and I understand comedy. It's funny as hell to me. But is that offensive for it to be funny to someone?
I don't even like to say I speak for a community or whatever, because and my daughter Boo did the same thing. She'd be like, well, as you know, when you was going into like, babe, you don't got to beat around the bush. I get it. My thing is, I don't like to speak for people. I speak for myself. I personally don't get offended, because I understand that people's perceptions, you know, what people hear, read, and see, whatever. I know for me personally, like, this is not a trend. This is not a fad. This is not a phase. This is my life. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though I have been grown up as a boy all my life. You get what I'm saying? Inside,
like you were born, and that's just that's it.
Yeah, like my being, like, I treat myself as though God would have treated anybody else. Like, you see that person as they are. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah.
However, like, you know, I get it with the whole, you know, people, you know, when they transition, they and I say this because my doctor, I asked him a question. I said, like, with everything that you see what's going on with me in my process, and, like, you know, medically, like, do you see anything? Because I'm always trying to make sure, like, everything's checked, everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, you are one of those people that going through this process, you know exactly who you are. Like, this is not, like, I don't see you as like, oh, I feel like maybe this is because, and people feel like because they talk to me like this, it makes me feel a certain type of way. It's like, no, if you know who you are, what they might see or what's going on, like, that wouldn't offend you. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know who you are.
You know who you are, right?
Okay. I want to get into that a little deeper, but I want to just touch on your relationship with your family, like transitioning, all that. How does, like, your mom, like, today, what does that relationship look like? Is she okay, comfortable, or y'all kind of like just going through it?
Honestly, like, she is just getting her feet wet and like really trying to understand. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, it wasn't until my family reunion recently, July, is when, like, I was so free. Okay. You know, in being me. Yeah. Where I could see that, you know, it does kind of like, oh, he, like, oh, this is not ain't a phase. Yeah. Like, I'm not phased by the fact that y'all think what you think. You get what I'm saying? You feel free. Yeah. Free. Like, and it's like, for so long, and a lot of us, we do that. We will isolate ourselves because, you know, we are. I ain't gonna lie. At one point, I was worried about what y'all might think. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But it was like, ooh, why are you feeling like that? Only one person you're supposed to be worried about that. Right. For one. And number two, you have to allow them to see you for who you are. How you expect them to? Yeah, if you're in isolation. Right. So, right. No, I get that. So with your mom today, would she say, is she using he, she, like she, or son, daughter? Like, what would she say? Like, she's good with Nelly, and it's funny because that's always been my nickname, and I told y'all getting the exclusive. So my sister's name, my twin sister. That's what. Oh, you have a twin? No, that's who she is. Oh, that's who I refer to. She is. Gotcha. Okay, I was like, hold on. Okay. You gotta throw me off. I'm like, hold on. Nah, see, that's the book coming. That's the book. Okay, I'm like, that's your twin sister. That's my twin. That's interesting. Yeah. So go ahead. Her name was Chanel. Okay. Right. So, as I was going, like I said, my grandmother's name is Nellie Baker. As I was growing up, that's what they called me, was Nelly. So I never really had to change my name because that's what y'all were calling me anyway. Yeah, that was just it. Right, that was my name, Nelly. Like, that's my name. The difference is the spelling. I spell mine Nelly. Okay. My grandma's Nellie. Gotcha. So, but that was the only thing. Y'all always call everybody. We rarely use Chanel. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was mad, right? You know what I'm saying? But first, middle, last. Yeah. But other than that, everybody called me Nelly. So when I literally went public and said, I did the whole Facebook post joint. I was just like, from here on out, it's officially legally. Hey, my name is Nelly Scott. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, when I told my moms, I was like, Mom, like, I actually had a conversation with her. I was just like, boom, like, this is how I've been feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you might not understand. Like, I didn't go into depth. Yeah. I did, but I did just say, like, Mom, from here on out, like, no longer refer to me as she, her, like, this is him, he, his, that's like, or if you're not comfortable with doing that right now, because I understand it's going to take some time. Yeah. I said that. I said, just, my name's Nelly. Just Nelly. I ain't gonna hold you. She blew up. Really? I'm talking about blew up. Hey, I mean, I'm talking about. So how long ago was this? Like, from today? Let me give it about 9 months. Oh, so this is recent. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is recent. Recent. And so, your granddad's, he's still alive, or? No. My granddad passed. What was that? 2000, because I graduated 2008. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Were you able to tell him how you felt? No. You know how you, my mom. You know how you can tell someone something without like we had that type of relationship. You didn't have to verbalize it. Yeah. I got you. That's why I said, like, he could, like, and that's what it's like. I get geeked when I talk about him, like, for real. And it's funny because, and this is why it's so comfortable, because to talk about him, like, other than like talking to him, like, to God, you know what I'm saying, in my prayers and stuff like that, like, to talk about him now, like he literally was like that dude. Like, you could talk to him. Like, I would just come to him like, granddad, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he would just be, he'll just give his little info, and then he will give you that choice. Like, okay, well, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is what I feel, and you know what I'm saying, but in all this, the choice is on you.
I love that coming from a granddad, because the older generation usually are the ones that's not that accepting or understanding. So to hear that it's your granddad, that's
because he is like, and that's what I'm saying, like, genuine people. If you really like get out of like, okay, the generations of where you've been and stuff like that, I go back to my granddad just loved people. He always smiled. Like, he was always smiling. Like, again, this is just from a grandchild standpoint, and I know probably his kids have their own view on what they see about him. But one thing I can honestly say, he always treated people how he would want to be treated, with respect, and just like genuine, like, okay, that's how they do. You know what I'm saying? He'll make his little opinion, but that's exactly what it is. It'll be that. You know what I'm saying?
Love that. So that's you said a lot, and you've been saying a lot, so it's going to be a good segue. Like, he just loved people. He cared about people, their heart. That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
You've been talking about God.
Yeah.
And that's a huge topic, right? With transitioning, living the lifestyle, all that.
Yeah.
Talk about how you're able to walk with God, but then also you have to hear everything that comes along with that from people that are in the church, or people that have the differences of opinions of who you are today.
Yeah. I just don't listen.
Okay.
I don't, I don't listen to that crap. Like, it's like, come on, if you really for real, that's why I say, like, if you go back to it, I get it. Y'all put the names on this, trends and all this other stuff like that, whatever. I get it. Don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is the only person. I don't know how I can say it other way. God is the only person that you need to look up and be like, okay, is this an acceptance of you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, am I good with you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I get it, what it could look like. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I tell this all the time. I don't have a mind capacity to think about what other people would think and why they feel and this, that, and the third.
Because some people get so invested.
Like, they really do.
I was watching something last night, and they're like super invested. And I'm like, at the end of the day, this is my thoughts. I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to let you get back to you. But if that judgment comes to my soul, that's my soul. Why you so worked up about
like my soul, like your soul?
and I know anybody that may watch this or come across it, they may say this is the demonic, this is the devil, or all that kind of stuff. Because that's what. So I'm new to church, so I'm just gonna say that straight up. So that's what the scriptures say, and you got all the interpretations. I don't know. I listen to podcasts and different things like that. So, but I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna still live my life because I know I have a good heart. I like, for me, if you walk this earth and you got a good heart, you treat people good. Like, there's people that aren't in the lifestyle, but they have terrible hearts. So which one you prefer?
I don't know. I don't understand, but I know that when I go to church, there is people don't talk like that at church.
Well, that's good. So you have a welcoming church.
Like, I go to Light of Joy, and if there's something wrong with it, I don't know, but I go to that church, and the first time I went to that church, which is recently, the first time I went to the church, I went in there just like, any other church I've been in. I was brought up in the church. You know what I'm saying? This is the start there. I was brought up in church every Sunday, Wednesday. We was up in that bad boy. My granddad was a part of the music ministry. He played the bass guitar ever since I know him. So my uncles, everybody played some type of music. You know what I'm saying? It got to a point where I was a part. Like, I've been a part of the church. So, excuse me. I get where people will feel like they get condemned by the church. It's not the church. It's the people.
It's definitely the people.
It's the people. And I've heard it before too. And to the point where I isolated myself because I was worried about what others might think.
Yeah.
But that's not biblical. I'm trying to tell you. So whatever that feeling that you might have, or somebody, like that convicting you of this is what, no. God said you are supposed to love everybody just as God loves us. And he loves everybody. You blue, black, brown, orange, yellow.
Everybody.
It doesn't matter. He loves every. You are a person. That's why I'm saying, like, I mean, I get it with the labels and stuff like that. I understand it. I was there too when going from, how I fit in. That was one of the things I was reading. And it was like, well, how did you fit in? Like, I guess growing up and stuff, somebody asked me before, and it was just like, I never tried to fit in. However, like, people would label me as a stud. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Growing
because so you was in high school what year? Like,
what is that? Because I graduated 2008. So
okay, so you graduated 2008.
Yeah.
So back then, like, if I can remember correctly, like transitioning, or I don't know I said that wasn't a thing.
I didn't hear that word or how this, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of irritates me because this is why people can't take people seriously, because a word will come up or a phase and people will trying to jump on the bandwagon. And I'm trying to tell you, it's so many people that came out, and I'm grateful for you guys that are coming into yourselves and you like, yo, like, I'm glad somebody put a name to what I'm saying.
Yeah, what they're feeling.
What you feeling. But those ones that's just like, listen, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't have a name for it. I know that this is who I was. I was a man.
Right. There were no iPhones.
I didn't know. Like, so because okay, great, congratulations. However, this is how my life has been. So now that you got ones that's coming out here, and my doctor even said it, he was like, it's so many that I have to deal with that are unsure of themselves because they are trying to go with the fad.
Wow. So people are going to the doctors
trying to do stuff in a way that it's just like you don't know who you are for real.
Gotcha.
So I'm saying, if this ain't if you are, and if we're doing labels, if you are in that transitioning mode of wanting to go from female to male, male to female in a way that, like, I'm not unsure of who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure this out. That's not the way to do it.
That's not the way to do it. Okay.
That's not the way to do that, because you will cause harm to your body. Like, no, I'm serious. Like that, you will cause harm to your body. It does physically, mentally, spiritually. It will mess with you. Like the medication that you put in your body. You know what I'm saying? If that's not, you know what I mean?
So if that's not really you,
so
you feel like you got to be aligned.
You really need to be aligned with yourself. That's why you go through so many different counseling classes before they even allow you to, get the hormone therapy. You know what I'm saying? So this was before there was medication even involved. I knew who I was living before that even came about.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that, and I call it my man juice. But like, I was just being serious. I was on that before I was even on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew who I was living that before that was even. That just made my outer appearance match my inside appearance.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So how long? So because I'm just be straight up, I'm ignorant to it. So I know people watching might be as well.
Yeah.
That transition period, how long did that take? Like, or what does that look like? Walk us through that a little bit.
Okay.
To your comfortabilities on that side.
Because as far as actually being on the juice, and that's what I'm just referring to. Y'all. So
the man juice.
Yeah. That's just how I'm gonna keep it gully with you. I
like it.
I've only been on it for 4 years.
Okay.
So I'm only on it for 4 years, actually on the actual juice. However, so from the time that I actually started, as far as what you want to know, I mean, the only difference that changed was like I said, the facial hair,
Okay.
and the voice changing.
Okay, so that's
you know
what
that's what it does, and then it changes your body, your body sculpture and things like that.
Okay.
But as far as like my mental transition, started back when I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? That's just I'm gonna get that's the point of like for real. I'm like, yeah, this little. I'm inside. I'm a little boy.
Gotcha.
Little boy is running around here trying to figure himself out.
Yeah, like, that's who you are.
Yeah.
So, question for the man juice: is that a lifetime thing, or is that something you just?
You have to take that for the rest of my life.
Rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any like challenges or anything with it?
For me, and everybody has their own challenges, and I did my research even before. That's what I said. I was on this way doing my research about what this was, what that medication, what it would do or whatever. But it can cause some like bleeding or whatever, because at that point, like, there's no period at all. If you are on it, like, I'm sorry, I got to speak to if somebody doesn't, if you didn't have it, but you don't have a period anymore. That's what, you don't have a period. But see, that's what I'm saying. For me, I wasn't already regular anyway.
Gotcha.
So you know what I'm saying? So that was where it was kind of like, okay, I didn't have that. But I would always have like some severe cramps here and there. You know what I'm saying? Even now, sometimes it will come. But once I talked to my doctor recently, that was because of the level that I was at. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as I get more older, they would probably decrease the level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's all of my body can handle at the time. But as of right now, I don't have any complications, but majority of what it does, it will, stop your period. Any of those type of like hormones, it does kind of fluctuate your mood. You know what I'm saying? It can change your appetite a little bit, a hair loss. It does can. So like
typical side effects with taking most medications, like some medications.
Yeah, like it's hormone therapy. Like you're changing the, you instead of estrogen, now you putting testosterone. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally the difference.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So talk to me about dating life. How does that? I know you're in a relationship. Are you married or in just a relationship right now?
No, we are not officially married.
So not married.
But we are.
On the what?
You doggone might as well say got doggone. That's my Don Boo. She ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere. So how does that? So walk me through like that type of conversation, or how do you find someone that you talk to about, hey, I'm transitioning or I've transitioned, or what does that look like?
So okay. Okay. No, because I've always had long-term relationships. Okay. So with my Donna Boo would be my first relationship in like a full, like, guys, but for a transition. Like,
so she was with you while you were transitioning?
No, she wasn't there at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, she met me as Nails. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has met me as Nails. You get what I'm saying? Like, my youngest son's mom will basically be the one who would know me like prior to, you know what I'm saying, actually on the juice. Right.
So question real quick. I just thought about it. So prior to, were you like considered a stud? Like, would you have considered yourself a stud or?
No, not. I didn't call myself that.
You was a boy and a man.
Yeah.
Okay, so straight up. To that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but to society, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't feel no type of way because people didn't. I guess my friends and stuff like that, they didn't use labels. They like, they saw me as a person. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know people would be like, no, that's crazy. No, you don't have to live in a label.
You don't have to live in a label. I always say that. Like, I don't myself.
Yeah.
That's not like, I like on my page, some people have their rainbow flag and nothing against that. that's like my 10th identifier.
Yeah.
Like that's not like I'm a lot of things before that. Because if that's that, A, I get boxed in. B, you about to start sexualizing my whole being, which that ain't,
And it's like you don't even need to do all of that. This is another thing. Like when I introduce somebody or somebody introduce me, like I don't need you to speak for me, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I will introduce you as, hey, this is this person, this is who they is to me.
Right.
Boom. I don't go into this person is da 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 da.
Yeah.
You go into trying to put them in the box of who you think they are. Let them show who they are, right? So when I be like, you know what I'm saying, no, I didn't label myself as a stud. However, people saw that. So when they would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like, oh no, I'm saying, like, when they would be like, oh, that stud, that, and I would be like, okay, all right, cool. But once you start talking to me, you be like, oh, nails. That's all you know what I'm saying? That's what you call me. You call me nails.
Nails, right? Yeah. Did you play sports in high school or anything?
I didn't do I did track, and that's pretty much it. I did try to go for the basketball team.
Okay. The reason I asked that, because I'm like, was that the awkward phase? I'm just trying to think, just thoughts.
Oh, no. Well, so this is my thing. People back then when we were growing up in school, like I guess like the basketball team and stuff like that or whatever, like they the only ones that really could dress how they wanted to dress, right? And then it wasn't until like track came out where they could dress how they want to dress. So I joined the track team because that was inclusive. You know what I'm saying? So if you did basketball, then you had to be on the girls team. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I don't want to be on the girls team. You know what I'm saying? So
track was kind of like
track was together. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that was my viewpoint on it. If I was gonna play sports, let me do that. So my mom actually did. We was on the track team, rec track team for a while, and we did that. And it's so crazy because last Thanksgiving they had brought up a situation about when we ran track back in the day, and my mother was like, yo, yeah, Nelly used to run, and he went and had this award and that award and stuff like that. And it's so crazy because I remember running track, right? But running track for me was an escape from everything else. Like it wasn't,
because you had a lot going on as a child.
Yeah. So in my head, I was running track, me being a part of a track team. One, we traveled, so I didn't get to go home. I didn't have to face my reality at home. You know what I'm saying? Two, me being at the track meets and stuff like that, like even though some people on the track team was like bullying and having their own thing, I had my earphones on, like I was just be in my own zone. So a lot of times you was a part of the team, but I was really in my own zone.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Like it was like I did stuff and people would be like, yo, you was first in the nation, and then you part of AAU, and it's like when I sat back and I was just listening to them talk, my mother and them talking, I was like, dang, I did all that.
You kind of blacked that out?
I blacked that out.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like the trauma that we unpack, that we really, like I guess put ourselves in this bubble when we're going through stuff, you don't really realize until you unpack that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To really open up and be like, yo, I see your reality on what you saw, but for me, nah, I did that because I wanted to escape from going home from this person who was touching on me and doing X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. Speaking on sports.
Yeah.
I just want to hear your thoughts on this. This wasn't even part of what I wanted to talk about, but because we're here.
Yeah.
I've been seeing like in the news, like the Olympics, and he has some other stuff with collegiate sports for people who identify as a different gender now.
Okay.
What's your take on that? Like, should they be able to compete in like, I think it's like where like a male transitions to a female and now competes in female sports, and they like killing it because they still.
I'm sorry.
What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, you asking, but to be honest with you, I guess I ain't even really think on it like that because
is it fair or unfair? Like,
I'm laughing because it's like I know do I care? No, because I really don't even watch sports for real. Yeah, but
because it's a big thing. People get upset about this.
Yeah, like wow. And I guess I go back down to like, if did this person transition to become okay? So I'm thinking of like Joanna Man. I'm sorry.
Not Joanna Man.
No, because
that was crazy. Like if that
he did what he did because he wasn't seen in the NBA. He messed up in the NBA,
right?
And so he like, well, no, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get over here and still get seen.
Yeah,
and it wasn't until you know what I'm saying. Like, so I'm just thinking like that. So
I gotta rewatch that movie now. I got a whole different outlook on it.
I'm saying, like, for real. So I'm just saying, like, if people, because this is why I say I don't have the capacity, because when I what is it? The Jenner what's it?
Oh yeah, Kris Jenner. Bruce Jenner. That went to Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. Okay,
yes, Caitlyn Jenner.
Sorry.
My bad, Chris.
But I just heard that now she's saying that she is wanting to go back. And so this is where I said I don't have to. Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, because these people in like they get into wanting to transition and do certain things, and then now you're saying you want to play sports. Were you playing sports when you were? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to? So it now it's just kind of like, what is your mindset in doing what you're doing?
Yeah,
now, it's different now. If we like, okay, no, this is. And this person was playing sports, so why should I have to stop playing sports because this is now I'm really feeling who I'm feeling?
Yeah.
No. Yes, by all means. And if you're killing it, you're killing it.
So if you Joanna, man, you Joanna. If you dunking on the chicks, you just dunking.
You dunking. I'm just saying. But but for real, if like you really like for real, if you doing some stuff and you just doing it for show, like I'm just being straight up for real. I don't like I don't like stuff like that. I don't even like to be involved with stuff like that. And I even come down to like people that I even associate or even talk or converse with about certain stuff. Because like I said, I don't even do politics. It was like, I don't do politics, even with the whole, election and stuff like that. To be honest with you, somebody asked me at the shop the other day, they was like, so what you feel about your orange man, da-da-da. And I was just like, I mean, I feel the same way 4 years ago. Like, I don't really have too much say because I know who has the final say. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, that's how you live. That's how I live. Like, that's just what it is. And like, my faith on like things that are out of my control. Like, he got control. So you're not concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not concerned. So
like okay, speaking of the president elect, so with like I was reading something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like with like trans rights with healthcare, like they want to take that kind of stuff away. Would that have an impact on you getting medication and stuff like that, or is that a concern of yours?
I saw it myself too, and I said, "Well, is it, Lord?" And I ain't had no problem thus far. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I don't even like putting that even in the air of like that would be a problem because like I know who I am even if I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like again, I for me, beyond the fact of what it does, what I'm saying, mentally or whatever, that helps the outer appearance.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
So you still gonna be you,
I'm
regardless.
Still gonna be me
they can put out any policy.
Yeah,
you're gonna be you.
I'm still gonna be me regardless.
I like
what
that.
I'm saying? So that's just but for other people, like I'm just other people, I get where it can really be like because I'm on social media too. I see some stuff and I am understanding of what other people go through and not being what is the word, not sympathetic to your feelings and stuff like that, because I get it, but I also understand that like if you believe in the higher power, you will understand He gonna work it out for you.
Gotcha. So there ain't no reason to be trying to worry about.
Yeah. Like we our faith base should be higher. You know what I'm saying? Peripheral in all areas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I look around and I see all the good stuff like people got going on and the bad stuff that people got going on, I'll be like, yo, we could have been anywhere.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at my whole life on everything that I have been through, negative and positive, for me to even get to this point, for me to be able to literally look at my mom, look at my people and tell them and show them like, yo, as much as I went through, you know what I'm saying? As much as y'all went through, we really right here, and we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have gone through so much and made it through so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have time to be worried about all this old extra stuff.
I love your outlook. Like you're a resilient person. You're very positive, optimistic. Like you're like, I mean, but that goes back to your faith, but I love your outlook, by the way. That's what's up. I want to transition to you being a dad. Yeah. Like we talked about like sports, and it just kind of made me think about kids as well. Like you know, you playing sports in high school. Talk to me about how that looks, as far as just you being a dad, but then also, what are you teaching them? What do they know about who you are? Yeah. What's their understanding at their ages are? You said 7 and 11. Yeah. So talk to me about what that looks like.
Well, all they know is they pop. That's what they call me, is pop. My youngest, all he knows is dad. Okay. You know what I'm saying? There was a point where I had a discussion with my oldest, Aiden, and I did and I don't know, maybe I probably could have now that I'm thinking about it, I could have probably talked to him in a different way, and maybe I will rekindle that conversation. But you know, one day I just came to him and I was just like, you know, I know other people might, you know, you hear them say she, right? And but you know, it's he. Yeah. You know who I am.
Does he have a lot of questions or not really?
No, he had no questions in time, and I said, and I did ask him. I said, does that make you feel a type of way? And he literally said, I know who you are.
Okay, he knows who you are.
Like literally said it. He said, I know who you are.
I love that.
And with such a way, I just kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I say that where, you know, for some people who might think, you know, you might confuse your kids or whatever the case may be. Again, they go back to, if you live in how you live, they will see who you are.
Right. You know, and you teaching them up, man, you instilling so much goodness in them. Like you got your where you read the Bible at night.
Yeah, the Action Bible.
The Action Bible on TikTok. I even seen a video, you went viral a little bit on you were teaching him about the gift.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? It was, yeah, listen, that was so. My daughter Boo, she was just like, because she was like, he always so militant when it comes down to how they do. Like, listen, but she was just like, you know, recording us, and this is what it was, is he had a teacher appreciation. Okay. And I was like, you know, I'm all about the teachers, and I'm all about, you know, rocking with them and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, so we're gonna get her a gift. And there was some stuff in there, but I know my son. Right. He is very, you know, he like to play too much, you know what I'm saying? Be wild, don't know how to handle stuff. So I'm like, bruh, listen, you grab the bag, you know what I'm saying? Hold it like this so that way it don't move, because it's heavy. I don't need you to be on the bus acting crazy. And so when she recorded that, like, I wasn't even thinking nothing of it or whatever like that, but it just go back when I keep looking. I look at that video a lot, you know, because it go back to showing not only, you know, other people and Madonna Boo sometimes, because, you know, as the man of the house, I kind of look at it like I got structure. You know what I'm saying? And I teach my boys structure. You know what I'm saying? That. I teach them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a militant in certain ways, but I love them in such a way that they can be boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they can know that and understand that it's cool to have emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they are two separate people. Like my sons are, one is very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that about him. That's the oldest one. The youngest one, he's very logical. You know what I'm saying? He's like me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He literally is like he will break down certain things. Well, okay, first we can do this, and then maybe we could do it like this, and then next we'll do it like that's how he is.
That's how his brain works.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so with knowing that, and like I said, you understand they have no blood relation to me at all.
And you're raising both of them.
I raised both of them, and they are literally like twins of mine. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
People don't understand when when you look at kids and how you raise them and the parents and stuff like that. It, for one, it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And number two, blood does not make you less of a parent.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why, like, when I realized that you had a stepson, I was like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because then, like, because I like to talk to people who understand. You know what I'm saying? What that could look like? Because both my sons have other siblings. You know what I'm saying? With their moms or whatever. So it's like I understand that era. You know what I mean? Yep. And I understand what that looks like for my Donna Boo, with her being a step parent to my son.
Gotcha. Does she have any kids?
No, she doesn't have any kids.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of layers to it.
Yeah.
Like I said I'm gonna start talking about that more. Me and Keita said we're gonna talk about that more. Just blended families.
Yeah.
Most people have one.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of people that talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the dynamics,
what does that look like?
The challenges, all of it. You know what I'm saying? There's beauty to it, but there are a lot of different layers to that as well.
Most definitely.
Mentally, emotionally, all of it.
Very much so.
Like I always say, every time I say that, I'm like, that's a whole nother podcast episode. It's a whole nother one.
Mama.
I got two more questions for you before we wrap up. So, what advice would you give someone watching this that may be going through a journey of finding who they are, wanting to go on a journey of being in their true identity, but struggling with it due to family, due to religion, hell, due to the workplace, because there's a lot of different things out there today. What would you tell them?
Be your true, authentic self. Be your true, authentic self. Like, I've had so many challenges of if we're doing it in a transition part, like from coming from, female to male and going into the workplace. We start there. When it comes down to people seeing you, it got to a point where they didn't see gender. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of didn't make me feel no type of way after a while, right?
Gotcha.
Because my personality shines so bright where it was just like, he's a person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a person, for one. Number two, like, anytime that you feel like somebody is like, you feel out of place, maybe that's not the place for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
That's facts.
You understand what I'm saying? And it didn't take me until I got to my shop home now, where I'm like, this is what it feels like to be celebrated. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I can honestly say being my true authentic self is why people are literally so drawn to wanting to talk and just hang out with me or whatever, or just want to just whatever. Like, I see that. The 4 principles, honestly, that I literally live by, that I can honestly say, if you live by these, you will make life kind of go at ease. 1, love God.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. Love God, because he gonna teach you the ways of how to treat yourself, but then why you need to treat others You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The way that you need to treat them, right? So he gonna work with you first.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can deal with everybody else.
Okay.
Number 2, I keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep things simple. I don't try to overthink things or try to go into depth about things that are out of my control. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you just kind of simplify it first, you know what I mean? Get the basics, then you can amplify it and add some stuff to it, add your sauce to it later on. You know what I'm saying? 3, be imaginative. Like, I'm a big kid at heart.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love a good Disney movie. Like, I love the stories that they give because it really keeps you in tune with your childlike self. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me like it keeps me wanting to know more. Just like God wants us to know so much about him, but we gotta be childlike.
Okay,
you
I
get
love
what I'm
that.
saying? Like, for real. And then the last thing is, like I said, being authentic, being your true authentic self. Like, if you can literally show up and be you, people gonna be like, oh, okay, he is. Oh, she who she is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's just like, all right, cool. And you feel comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for my work, my workspace, you know, my home life, you know, how I'm teaching my sons and stuff like that. That's exactly how I'm like, do things because you want to do them, not because you just trying to fill a void or whatever like that. Like, we ain't gotta do none of that.
I love that. Yeah. So love God, keep it simple, be imaginative.
Yep.
Be authentic.
Be authentic.
I love those 4 principles.
Yeah.
And the last question I'm gonna ask you: if you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell
him? My younger self. It's okay, I got you.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got you. Because it was times where I didn't feel like nobody had me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was all alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get to a point where, and I said, I won't gonna let you do that to me, coach. I won't gonna let you, you know what I'm saying, have me have the waterworks, because I did all that in the car before I got here.
You just got me. I got chills over here. I'm like, woo.
Listen. I did all that before I got here. I said, hold on.
All right.
But for real,
but you gotta have the water. This real. This is a real. Real conversation.
For real. Like, yeah, I'm like, at like, it was times for real where I felt like I was not, like, I knew I wasn't alone, but I was just in that bubble of just I ain't had nobody who got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I realized that I didn't need anybody to have me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need nobody to have me because he had me all alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where when you know that you just got his spirit on you, you know what I'm saying? There's a certain way that you just like, all right, I know I can get through this. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I
can't even imagine.
It's hard because it's so much that you're trying to keep in because you're scared that if you do let it out, like, what, like, are you going to explode to the point where it's no return? You get what I'm saying? Because you just you never got to deal with your emotions like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But to a point where I just felt like, okay, if I could just rest in someone's arms, you get what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I would have been cool, right? And so at the time, you know, for my younger self, you would think that you would want your mom's, you know what I'm saying, embrace, you know what I mean? But for me, it was my granddad.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that younger self had that for a little bit, but when that left, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nobody to give me that hug that I wanted. Right. But it wasn't until, like, for real, to be honest with you, I didn't feel like I had that hug that I needed, that I wanted, that to know for real going into, like, this next part of my life, until I got with my Donna Boo.
Really?
Like on God. It was
all right, Donna Boo.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. Nah, I ain't even gonna hold you.
I gotta meet this Donna Boo. I gotta see what she about.
You do.
I gotta meet her.
Cause she is I'm trying to, like, anybody who, like, for real, like, your listeners out there, if it's a hug that does something to a person, you know what I'm saying, especially a person that just wanted a hug back when, you know what I'm saying, you was young, and from a person that's not even, like, you think that you're not affectionate, the people that be like, oh, I ain't affectionate, I don't like all that. You do. Stop lying. You do. You
that's
wish
a
you
defense
did.
Mechanism,
right. That's a defense mechanism, because I'm telling you, the moment that I had a hug from her, like, it's like, okay, boom. I know that anybody that's genuine, and this is before we even got in a relationship, but when somebody embraces you, it's a different type of thing. I can honestly tell you a few people that I've actually had a hug like that from another person. Tess, from the Next Level Speaker.
Tess, what's up, Tess?
Shout out to Tess. Like,
Tess is so genuine. I just love her heart, man. I like every time. Yeah,
I can't even hold you when it come down to Tess. Like, that the last meetup, I waited until she finished talking with who she was talking to, and because I was about to leave out, I was like, I gotta get this hug before I leave, because I know I probably ain't gonna see it till the next time. But it's just a hug, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? That have, and it's like, I got that, like, it was a quick embrace, but that boom from ET when I met up, when I did a meetup with him.
Okay.
I got that from him as well. It was just, it's certain people that you get stuff from that you be like, okay, it reminds you, it's this is my word now, the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? That you feel when you was in that person's arms. You get what I'm saying? So like my granddad, you know what I'm saying, my grandma, you know what I'm saying, even though her hugs were so, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's a whole. I guess we'll get that on another time. That's a whole other. But like that nostalgia that you get when you get around certain people, and like, it's a different type of vibe. And so when you get that, when you feel that, that's when you just get like you rest in it, and you can feel like, okay, that person, like, is genuine. Like, I really feel like I can pour myself to them. I love comfortable. That. Yeah. So,
I love it. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, Nelly, Nels, I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Taking us through your journey.
Yeah.
Telling your truth, giving us the exclusive here tonight.
Yeah, and that's just a taste. Y'all listen. Y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna give Coach Pete a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the first conversation.
Listen. We're gonna add to this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah. Well, I hope for anybody watching this, I hope if you're struggling with your identity, hopefully this helps. If it's a family member that you have someone that maybe, going through a transition, or you don't understand their lifestyle, who they are, whatever. We don't even got to call it a lifestyle, who they are internally. I hope when you see this, it gives you a different perspective. It gives you a different outlook, and it allows you to have more compassion and more grace and see that person for who they are. Because that's something I took away from you tonight. So just seeing you for who you are. And I know your granddad gave you that.
So, that's my dude.
This was an incredible conversation. Y'all tap into tell your IG and your TikTok for me.
My IG TikTok is Big Cuz Nails.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Cuz Nails on all platforms. Yeah,
Big Cuz Nails. Okay.
Y'all follow, hit your boy up. You trying to get faded? Again, I be forgetting that I'm a barber. You know what I'm saying?
Whole barber out here.
Yeah, I'm out on the south side of ATL. The shop is called Grooming Lounge and Salon. So again, it's a whole family affair.
Okay,
we got the salon in the background for the ladies, and we got the barbers in the front, and we do our thing out there. It's a vibe. Y'all gotta come check it out.
I'm about to come check it out.
Yeah, just come check it out. You know what
I'm saying? So lock in, and y'all know me at Coach P Wade on Instagram, on TikTok, CoachPWade.com. Go to the website, check that out. Yeah. And I always forget to say it, but if you're watching this, please like, please share, please subscribe. And y'all, that's all we got. It's been a great conversation.
Yeah. There's more to come, y'all.
Yeah, more to come. Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, we out.
We out.